Hello and welcome, beautiful yogis. Welcome to another flow with me. My name is Mimi. We're gonna start at the top of the yoga mat in a standing position. So whenever you're ready, find a hip width distance stance, ground through your feet downwards, and then receive the rebound and pull your whole body nice and long. Drop those shoulders away from your ears. Place your hands beside your hips. Close your eyes. Take a long deep breath into your stomach, up into your chest. Maybe hold and pause here for a moment and then exhale out and drop more and more into your body, and with that more and more into the present moment. Let's go for one more round. Deep breath into the stomach, up into the chest. Let that breath radiate from your heart space into the rest of your body, reconnecting with yourself. Blink your eyes back open. Open your arms over your head. Take a breath in. With an exhale out, open your arms to the side. Lean into your toes. Come into a forward fold. Lift into a half lift, inhale, and then stay here for a moment with me. Have your hands placed underneath your shoulders. If the floor is too far away, help yourself with books or blocks, and then grab the floor and pull it towards your toes. Notice how this activates those muscles along your rib cage and help you to pull you more into your toes and to extend your spine. Stay here for one more breath, and then with an exhale, lean into that new created place. Fold over your legs, let your head hang. Micro bend your knees, bring your hands beside your hips, and then from here squeeze your butt and come all the way back up again, standing nice and tall. Inhale into a second round. Exhale, open your arms to the side, slingshot your heart forward, go into your deep dive. Come into half lift, claw the yoga mat, pull it towards your toes, lean into your toes and extend your spine. Exhale to fold back down. Soften your knees, sweep arms back and around, come all the way up, standing nice and tall. Inhale. Last one here. Exhale, open your arms to the side, slingshot your heart forward as if you're leaning over cliff edge, and then dive all the way down. Come into a forward fold. Come into half lift. Inhale. Activate your lats and then stay here. Lean even more into your toes and float your heels off the floor. Drop your heels back down to the ground and then flex your toes up towards your shin bone. Keep on rocking back and forth, getting really curious about that movement, how it affects the lengthening sensation at the back of your legs, how it affects the activation in your core. One more here. Pull those toes towards your shin bones and then open your toes wide like a Mexican wave. Place them back down onto the floor. Come into a forward fold. Micro bend your knees, sweep arms back and around. Come all the way up, stand nice and tall. This time, interlace your hands above your head. Press your index finger against each other. Shoot all the energy from your feet up towards the sky and add in a little bit of a back bend. But rather than thinking about a back bend, think about a back lean. So keep your spine long. Come back to neutral. Find your forward fold. Exhale out. Come into half lift, free that right leg. Step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Bend your left knee 90 degrees. Charge your legs. Pull them towards another. Swipe arms back and around. Find your crescent lunge. Inhale. With an exhale, pull that right knee towards your left heel. Have your pelvis in a neutral position. Tap that foot down. And then reset. Hands down to frame left foot. Right leg goes straight. Come into a three-legged down dog. Pull that left leg all the way through from underneath up towards the sky. Inhale. Travel forward. Come onto the ball of your right foot. Shoulders on top of your wrist. Bring your left knee into your chest. Back into a three-legged down dog. Lift that left leg up high to the sky. Try to keep your hips square as you move. Let's move over to the left tricep, left elbow, skin on skin squeeze, warming up your core. Your wrists and your shoulders. Left leg goes up towards the sky. Inhale. Come across this time. Tap your right tricep or elbow joint. Coming back up, three-legged down dog once more. Inhale. Pull your left knee into your chest and then step your left foot right through between your hands. Lower your right knee down towards earth. Come into low lunge. Swipe arms back and around. Place your bicep beside your ears. Lift the front of your pelvis up towards your navel. Lock it in, firm your butt. Sinks into your low lunge. Take a breath in from the right knee into your fingertips, and then lean and sink into that new created space. Find a half split from here. Hands can come beside your hips, so if it's a bit too wobbly, hands underneath your shoulders. Widen your sit bones to the back of the room. Press your left heel away. Charge your heart forward. Scoop your arms from underneath again over your head. This time shoulders on top of your hips. Take the weight out of your right knee as much as you have to so you can turn on that right knee. Open your arms like in a warrior two. Left knee is looking forward and your left thigh bone is externally rotated. Activate your core and your glutes, and then from here melt towards the front. Left forearm can either come across your thigh, or if it's okay for you, place it on the inside of your left foot. Extend by reaching with your right arm all the way past that ear. Stay in here for another breath in. Exhale out. Come out of it until you feel okay and good to turn everything back around to the front of the room. Load your left leg up with all of your weight. So right leg is so light and easy that you can float it up towards the sky. Come into a standing split. Keep on traveling high and high with that right foot until you pierce the sky with your toes. You can stay here or if you want. How would it feel now to bend your right knee? Bring the heel over towards your left outer sit bone. Free your left hand and see if you maybe even can find that right foot up here. Use the bind to open the quad a little more, so right knee begins to point higher up. You're still bowing down over your left leg. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. And then let go of your right foot, left hand ground. Step right foot beside your left foot and drop over your legs. Soften your knees, sweep arms back and around, come all the way up, stand nice and tall, arms overhead, inhale, hands down to heart center, Samastihiti. Let's begin again, arms are reaching up high in, open your arms wide to the side, slingshot your heart forward, come into your forward fold. Find your half lift, pull yourself into your toes as you do so. When you can't go any further, lift your heels and come even a little higher. Ground your heels back down to the floor. Pull your toes towards your shins. And then rock again back and forth. But even though I said rocking, it is a very mindful movement. So we go past that point where you just would rock to, if that makes sense. So really engage and mind-muscle connect. One more, back onto your heels. Pull your toes towards your shin bones and then ground them back down. Find your half lift. From your left leg reaches all the way to the end of the yoga mat. Swipe your arms back and around, place them beside your ears. Inhale, pull left knee towards right heel, pelvis neutral to sink down to the floor. Come back up high, frame your right foot. If you can, keep that right leg straight, tiger curl, and then swoop right arm up towards the sky, three-legged down dog. Make sure you're not opening through the hips, keep them level. Pull your right knee into your chest, round your way forward, come into high plank. Three-legged down dog, exhale out. Find your right elbow, skin on skin, so really squeezing into it and then tiger curl at the same time. Find your way back up, three-legged down dog. One more round to your left elbow this time, touch it with your knee. And then lift your right leg back up high to the sky, inhale. Curl your right knee into your chest this time to step right foot all the way through between your hands. Lower left knee down to the floor. Swipe arms back and around. Come into your low lunge. Bicep beside your ears. Pelvis neutral. And then sink. Give all of your weight into the floor so you're light enough to lean and lift higher. And then sink into new created space. Find your half split from here. Hands beside your hips. Start to straighten your right leg. Hands can come down if that feels challenging for your balance. So you can focus on the lengthening of your hamstring, of your spine, marinating all of that backside. Stay here for one more breath. With an exhale, swoop your arms back over your head, shoulders on top of your hips, pelvis neutral. Take weight out of that left knee and turn that left shin bone around. Open your arms so they level to the floor. Find an external rotation through your right thigh bone. Drop your shoulders. Take a breath in. With an exhale, find depth. Moving forward. Right hand on the inside of your right foot or across your right thigh. Extend that shape and express by reaching with your left fingertips past your ear all the way to the front. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. Coming out of it, turn chest back down. Turn your left knee back around. Lean into your right leg. Float left leg up high to the sky. Inhaling from the heel to the ground of the head. And then bow down. Come into your standing split. You can stay just here if you want. Begin to bend your left knee. Free your right hand and see if you can catch that left foot. Once you are in your bind, use it to open that quad a little more, bowing more and more over that right leg. Still managing to breathe deeply and soft. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. And then let go of your left foot, step it down beside your right foot. Come into forward fold. Let all the tension melt off your body. Recharge. Micro bend your knees, sweep arms back and around. Come all the way up. Stand nice and tall. Inhale. Hands to down to heart center. Lengthen your whole body again. Interlace all fingers except your index fingers. Shoot your index fingers up towards the sky. Squeeze your butt. Firm your legs. And then lean into a back bend. Come back to neutral. Open your arms to the side. Swan dive over your legs. Come into a half lift from here. Inhale, free your right foot. Step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Bend into your left knee, strong foundation. Hug your inner thighs towards another. Come up, undulate your way up into high lunge. Turn your right heel down, open your arms, warrior two. Feel and receive that posture just for a moment. Sinking a little more into it to really drinking up the warrior energy within it. Then reverse your warrior, right arm down along your right thigh, left fingertips past your ear. As you come back out of it, start to straighten your left leg. Find your triangle pose, left hand on your shin, quad on the outside of your left shin on the floor. Even though we're kind of bowing down and we're leaning down, the energy in that shape is a lifting energy. So drink up earth energy to create space within and deliver it upwards. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. And then let your right hand come forward, bend into your left knee, roll onto the ball of your right foot. Lift your left arm back up to the sky, come into an easy twist. Stay here for another breath in. Lean into your right hands, turn your right bicep towards the front and have a micro bend into it. So there is your shoulder blade supporting you from underneath. Come then onto the knife edge of your right foot. Activate your right oblique. Lift that hip up high and find your side plank left foot on top of your right foot. Once you're here in stable, extend and express and come more into a rainbow shape. Stay in here for one more breath in. With an exhale out, let your left hand come beside your right hand. Come onto the ball of both of your feet. Make sure your shoulders are really on top of your wrist. Then bend your elbows to the back of the room. Chaturanga. Push forward and upwards. Come into your back bend. Inhale. Downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, strong legs, strong core. Stay here for another breath in. And let it all out. Exhale. Float your right leg up high to the sky. In. Curl your right knee into your chest. Find lifting and height first so you can then step your right foot through between your hands. Turn onto that right leg and come into Skandasana over your right heel. Press that left heel away from you and use maybe your right arm and your shoulder to press the right knee in the same direction as your right toes. Lift your left arm up high to the sky. Inhale. You're going to transition up into warrior two, facing the other side of the room. So press out of your right heel. Bend into your left knee. Left foot is already pointing the right way. Just your right foot has to turn in a little more. Find your warrior two here. Lengthen your arms. Sink into it. Have your pelvis in a neutral position. Reverse your warrior. Right hand down along your right thigh. Left fingertips reaching all the way behind you. Bring your left forearm across your left thigh. Bring your right arm past your ear into the same direction as your left toes. Squeeze your right bum cheek to roll right hip on top of your left, right hip on top of your left. Stay here for another breath in. Let the breath go. Exhale out. Beautiful. Coming back out of it, cartwheel your arms leveled. Turn your left foot in and come then into a forward fold over both of your legs. Hang yourself out here in your most preferred way. There's the option to walk your hands through your legs all the way towards the opposite side. Have your quads active. Feel how you're pulling the kneecap up towards your hips and how this helps you to lean a little more into your toes and also signalizes your hamstrings they are safe and they can let go. Stay here for another breath in. Exhale out. Pull your hands from underneath, back underneath your shoulders. Come into half lift. Turn your right toes back to the front. Pull frame your right foot with your hands and then pull yourself all the way into your right leg. Lift that left leg up high behind you. Inhale. Curl your left knee into your chest. Soften your right knee and come all the way up, standing nice and tall. Cross left ankle over your right knee. Hands down towards your heart center. Sit down. Once you're there, extend your arms back up over your head, but keep your hips bent, your knee bent. And then from here, start to level your chest more and more to the floor. So we kind of fold ourselves over that left leg without opening through the hip or the knee. Imagine someone is pulling your hands away from you, but sometimes someone is also grabbing your sit bones and pulls them away the opposite way. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. And then reset, left foot down towards the floor. Arms are lifting you up to the sky. Hands down to heart center. Interlace all fingers except your index finger. Lift up high, inhale. Firm your legs and your bum. Lean back, exhale out. Come back to neutral, open your arms to the side. Find your swan dive over your legs. Come into a half lift, inhale, free your left foot and step it right through to the very end of the yoga mat. Strong foundation through your legs, right knee is bent, extend your spine. Swipe arms back and around and find your crescent lunge. Taking a breath in here. With an exhale, stay low, but turn your left heel down so you're in your warrior. If you have to wiggle your feet a little wider, go for it. Reverse your warrior, left arm down along your left thigh, right fingertips past your ears, stretch long, long, long. As you come out of it, straighten your right leg. Keep that left hip where it is and move away from it, moving forward. Right hand goes then down on a shin, on a quad, on the floor. Left arm is an extension of that right arm and reaches up towards the sky. Keep on pressing the big toe of your right foot down. Keep on lifting the arch of your left foot. Stay here for one more breath. Exhale out. Left fingertips going forward, right knee bends simultaneously. Drop your left hand down flat, seal your palm, lift the left heel off the floor. If you have to shorten a little bit, go ahead and do so. And then open into an easy twist, right arm in extension of your left arm. Lift and hug at the same time so you're very strong. Then turn your left bicep towards the front, have a micro bend in that left arm and scoop shoulder blade underneath. Turn then the left knife edge of your foot down. Free your right foot and bring it down to your left. So find your strength in your side plank first. Only when you feel stable and switched on here, start to express and extend. Lifting arm overhead, reaching with that right leg behind and away from you. Stay here for one more breath. Doing great. Don't forget to breathe. And then in slow motion, come into your plank position. Both hands underneath your shoulders. Exhale, bend your elbows. Push forward and upwards. Find your back bend. Inhale. Strong core, strong legs. Downward facing dog. Exhale out. And then receive here for a moment. One more. It's your left leg that lifts up high. Inhale. Curl your left knee into your chest. Step right through between your hands. Swipe arms back and around. Come all the way up. Stand nice and tall. Inhale. Open into your warrior. Exhale out. Then from here, turn over your left leg and come into Skandasana. Press your right heel away, your right elbow on the inside of your knee. So you help to let that knee point in the same direction as your toes. This is really the only to do. How far or how far out or far in you go is up to you. Stay here for another breath in. If you want, reach with that right arm up towards the sky. Push through your left heel, bend into your right knee and come up. Turn left foot in and here you are in your warrior. Stay here for another breath. Drop your shoulders. Reverse your warrior. And then from here, come into a wide-legged forward fold. Turn your right foot in. and come over your legs. So you can just stay with the same variation like in the first round, finding your forward fold, maybe assisting yourself for a little more depth, holding the back of your calves, or if a tripod headstand is in your practice, go ahead and do express yourself, hands underneath your hips, place the ground of your head down in front of your fingertips, leaning more and more into your hands, into the ground of your head until your legs become light enough and they can float off the floor. Always watching your breath as you move through it. Try to stay soft and aware of what's going on. You have here a couple more breaths, so play in your own time regardless where you are. One more breath. And then let's all join again, coming into a half lift, hands underneath your shoulders, lift halfway up. Turn your left toes back to the front, reach with your hands to frame left foot, and then come all the way up, standing nice and tall. Step your right foot beside your left foot, and let everything drop and hang. Soften your knees, sweep your arms back and around. Come up nice and tall, arms over your head. Bring that left knee with you. Inhale. Cross left ankle over your right knee. Bring your hands down to your heart center and then sit down. Stay nice and low as you start to re-lengthen your arms again beside your ears. And then fold your chest down over your left shin bone. Imagine someone is pulling your hands away from you. At the same time, someone is pulling sit bones away. Stay here for another breath. Exhale out. And then step left foot back down, uncross your legs, reach up towards the sky. Inhale. Find your forward fold. Exhale out. Come into half lift. From your half lift, pull heels off the floor. Keep those heels nice and high. Sit your butt down onto your heels. Reach with your arms forward. Drop heels back down to the floor and come into a seated position. Lift your hands beside your knees as your feet are floating up towards the sky. From one more core exercise, start to come down towards the floor. And then hug your knees into your chest. Maybe rocking from side to side here, massaging your lower back. And then as always, no matter how short or how long a practice was, how intense or how nourishing, maybe both at the same time, let's finish with our Shavasana. So step your feet down, rest your knees against each other, or if you wish and if you're ready for it, extend your legs out. Turn your palms upwards and move those arms away from your torso. And listening to the after effects of that practice. The rippling that is still going on in your body. All the things you've stirred up, not quite settled yet. How they found new pathways. How those new ways touching you in a different way. Holding space for what it is without even labeling it. So it's a different way, perhaps, but we don't even label it as better or worse. It just holds space for it. Feel free to stay here way, way longer until you feel ready to step back into this day, into this world. I let you be here with yourself. Thanks so much for joining me, for sharing your energy, for making this happen. From my heart to your heart, namaste.